Pneumococcal vaccination. I've always found this a bit confusing, and I know there have been some updates recently. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about that or walk us through it.
So there really are two vaccines we utilize in adults now, the Prevnar 13, which is a conjugated vaccine, and those are generally more immunogenic than the older polysaccharide type vaccines, which the Pneumovax 23 is a polysaccharide vaccine. They have attempted to clarify who should be getting these vaccines. So the Prevnar 13 mostly is going to be for adults who have some underlying medical condition that increases their risk for Streptococcus pneumoniae, invasive disease. Very recently, in June of 2019, they changed the recommendation slightly, whereas before we would recommend Prevnar 13 for any adult over the age of 65. Now that we have seen increasing herd immunity with all children being vaccinated and increasing the protection to adults as well, we have seen a drop in streptococcal pneumoniae disease such that they no longer recommend Prevnar 13 routinely in an immunocompetent person over the age of 65. But everyone is still recommended following the age of 65 to get Pneumovax 23 as a single dose typically. There are certainly situations where Pneumovax 23 is recommended multiple doses for immunocompromised patients. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, where they have evolved those recommendations over the years, but now typically the recommendation is no more than 3 doses as an adult. So if you are immunocompromised and meet the criteria for Pneumovax 23 prior to age 65 and you're at high risk, you can get 2 doses separated by 5 or more years, and then 1 more dose if you're now over the age of 65 and your second dose was before the age of 65 and there's 5 years between each of those doses.
So a little bit easier for us to follow.
I think so, yes.